Blue Protocol. I'm going to take a look at this. Madge increased boob size now? Bro, what do you mean? The titties in this game are fucking massive. Looks very cool. Like, I love the style of the game, but I do feel like
I have hit max
the
level.
game was very grindy, but that's okay. I don't mind that.
And max
What is that
item
mouse
level
pad?
in Protocol for some
Holy
time
shit.
now. I've put in hundreds of hours into the game already on the Japanese server.
Is that the fucking Shy Lily gamer subs? Oh my god. Wait, and her mouse pad? Wait, is Canon a simp? Oh my god.
Japanese launch, and well, I feel like I've got a pretty good understanding of the current state of the game.
Okay.
And in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys an honest review, the good, the bad, and everything in between. A lot of you guys have been watching my previous honest review video, which was for the beta test, and this game certainly has come a long ways since then. So hopefully this updated video will give you guys enough information to know exactly what you're getting yourself into when it comes to Blue Protocol.
All right,
if you guys enjoy the content, all I ask is for you to like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And of course, come hang out with me on Twitch. I'm streaming this game a lot. First, let's start this off by giving you a general overview of the game. Now, I'm not going to waste your time here by going into detail on the obvious things you already know, like how it's an anime MMO from Bandai and that it looks great graphically. Instead, I'm going to get straight into the core of the game.
I do feel like the game, I don't know if Blue Protocol, like stylistically, I feel like the Hoyoverse games are way ahead of this. And it's very hard for me to pinpoint what it is about Blue Protocol and Wuthering Waves. Like, it's just not at that level.
Blue Protocol, you only need one character, and that character has access to play any class at any time, much like Final Fantasy XIV.
There it is.
Each character will have its own level, so when you swap classes, you'll be back at level 1, assuming it's a class you've never played before. Your character will be in a world that isn't truly open. There are 4 major zones and 2 major cities that are all segmented from each other. Each zone has additional segmented areas within them, and some have additional dungeon-like areas that you can enter and free roam. Outside of the social and cosmetic content, the purpose of the game is to reach the max level of 50, then continue pushing your item level and power by farming things in the open world and in dungeons.
I also, whenever I played this game, and this is like really early on, range was just better. Like, it's so like, and whenever I say better, I mean better in every single way. And it was not even close.
Blue Protocol's main gameplay loop will have you farm monsters, dungeons, and gather resources like herbs and ore to complete your objective.
Gathering in this game is a fucking joke, by the way. Literal garbage.
And increase your item level and character's power. Whether or not you're at endgame or leveling to 50, the game will bounce you around in different areas doing just that. I want to emphasize that this is the main gameplay loop, and you'll be doing this a lot. The last thing I want to mention in the general overview is that the UI and the menus of this game feels a bit more in line with consoles, and I can even draw some comparisons to mobile. This 100% is a PC game and does not feel like a mobile one at all. However, the UI for Blue Protocol does feel a bit restrictive compared to the usual MMO experience.
I feel like a lot of the mobile game UIs are actually pretty good. Like, I don't want a bunch of extra buttons. Just give me what I need and that's it. Like, I don't know. I think it's... yeah.
In Blue Protocol, you'll progress to the level cap of 50 via quests and adventure boards. Through these two things, you'll unlock recipes and mats to craft your gear. After collecting all the mats and recipes needed, you'll craft said gear piece, then move on to the next and repeat the process. Despite being categorically different, what you'll do to complete your quests and adventure boards is essentially the same. 99% of what you're tasked to do will be the following: kill a specific mob or mobs, including field bosses.
That's crazy. I would have never expected. So it's like killed 10 boars. Okay, I've done this before. Okay. I get
Collect
it.
an item that
Yeah.
has a chance to drop from a mob.
Right. Yeah, like Murloc heads or something. Like, just as an example.
Harvest a resource,
Like Defias,
spores, plants, and
bandanas.
shells. Collect an item that has a chance
Yeah.
to drop when harvesting a
Oh.
resource and completing a dungeon. As you level up, the requirements for each of these tasks begin to go up a bit, but not to the extent of requiring you to kill 500 mobs or anything. These tasks will have you bounce around the world.
Like, didn't Black Desert have quests like that? Like, I remember, it's like, go out there and kill fucking, like, 500 monks. Yeah, 5,000 monks. Yeah, is it that many? Yeah. Yeah, go commit genocide and then come back to me.
Revisiting.
You're gonna get nothing. That's just a daily. I'll see you tomorrow.
Areas you've already been in. Surprisingly, despite the tasks being straightforward and seemingly boring, it's actually quite engaging and fun to do while leveling. Until around level 40, the experience you get while completing your tasks is enough for the journey to not feel like a grind. In other words, you never really feel like you have to grind levels until this point. You'll level up organically as you complete your tasks. I also want to mention that the progression process is not linear. You'll have a lot of different tasks to do at once, and the order in which you complete them, for the most part, is completely up to you.
That's what was really confusing whenever they had the closed beta test, is that people like didn't really know what to do in the game, because it was like, should I do this? Should I do that? I think a lot of it was also language barrier too. So, like, I think that's kind of a good thing also, that the game isn't just focused only about leveling up. Like, there's more of, like, a holistic perspective of playing the game, rather than you kill mobs, you level up, you ignore everything else. I actually don't think that's super healthy for a game. And, like, Lost Ark, I think, did a good job in, like, incentivizing other content. Like, farming, like, the fucking skill point potions, masterpieces, etc. And I thought that was good. I know it's, like, kind of, like, I'm coming at this from, like, a completionism player perspective, but I didn't mind it, and I actually enjoyed it.
And no, you don't have to complete all of them. Having 20 different tasks available for you to do, whether it's from quests or your boards, is pretty much what it will feel like. This makes the journey to gearing your character and leveling up a lot more dynamic and less boring. If you're the type of person that needs to complete everything before moving on, this will be very difficult to put down. When it comes to the actual pacing of leveling, Blue Protocol is a bit on the slower side. However, it is certainly not too slow. You can easily hit max level within a week if you're putting in the hours. Even
that's pretty good. I mean, you hit max level in a week, man. Like, I feel like most games now start at max level, but there's a big part of me that wishes that we could go back to, like, the classic WoW days of, everybody takes like a month to level up or something like that. I thought that was really cool. This is one of those games where you change character. You play the same character, you just use different weapons, and your proficiency with those weapons is effectively that class, and you level each one individually. It's a lot like Final Fantasy XIV. It's pretty much the same thing.
Faster if you are very efficient. Pacing also does not feel like it slows down in the later levels, as the experience you receive scales very well. After hitting level 39, the absolute best way to grind out the final levels would be to actually grind mobs in a specific area.
Not a fan of this. I think this is garbage.
This grind really does not take long though. It was taking only 15 to 20 minutes per level in the 40s for me, to put it into perspective.
15 to 20 minutes? What the fuck? That's insane. If the cap is 50?
The only time it began to feel like a grind was when I was required to farm a specific dungeon over and over to craft my last couple of weapons. But even that wasn't terrible for my first time. Sure. When it comes to the harvesting of resources, these resources have set spawns and are on what seems to be about a 10-minute timer. This timer can be reset by simply porting back to town, and there are guaranteed rare drop harvest locations. You can expect to run around a lot in the world trying to complete your tasks in relation to this.
I just feel like you look at that gameplay, like, just mute it, right? Like, this gameplay, I think, I think it kind of sucks. I think gathering in this game sucks.
The collecting or killing of mobs. This is a major
Remember whenever I brought this boar and I had it kill people in the beta? That shit was so fucking funny.
area of concern for me. Even at the end game, a lot of the gameplay loop revolves around hunting mobs. Some of the areas and kill objectives have terrible density and will provide for an extremely poor experience if the servers are slammed. For example, right now you're seeing me hunt these creatures I call mook-mooks. This is the only area that actually spawns these creatures, and on top of that, there is a blue and brown version that share spawns and don't count towards each other's kill credit.
That sounds stupid as fuck.
In addition to this, remember some of these
Because you can tell if it counts, because I think it has a circle next to their bar. Like, you just saw it, it's like right next to that thing.
Tasks require a rare drop from a specific mob, furthering the unpleasant experience when coupled by poor
you turn that shit off? How the fuck are you gonna be able to see that? That's like a flashbang on the screen. Holy fuck.
The current solution to this issue is to use the auto party finder, which will automatically place you in a party with those also searching within the area.
Okay.
This is actually an extremely important feature currently in the game.
All right.
Overall, the devs did a fantastic job improving the board designs and drop rates from the previous beta test.
Great. Yeah, I remember the drop rates for some of the items was just like, I killed like 10 mobs, I didn't get anything. I'm like, okay, so this shit's gonna be over in 3 days. Yeah, I'm done. I'm just gonna go hold hands with like a big titty cat girl in the city and then make a few clips of it and then call it a day.
Progression to 50, for the most part, is pretty enjoyable. Certainly a lot more enjoyable compared to the previous beta test. Some players may still feel like it's a bit grindy, and
I also, by the way, I think that the dodge system and the avoiding system, I played this game on a fucking VPN to Japan. And it was actually better than any other online dodge game I've ever played.
Tiresome due to the RNG of the rare drops. But overall, I don't think it's too bad, and most of the people I've spoken to who have played or are playing on the JP servers also agree with this sentiment. How is the endgame in Blue Protocol? What do you do? First, you have the min-maxing of gear via imagines and weapons. The imagines that you can equip do have a random roll that you can get from them. Some can be really good, like this one, for example, gives me 50 plus attack power. In order to get the roll you want, you'll have to refarm the mats, recraft, then hope you get the roll that you want. When it comes to the weapon,
can you buy the mats?
The same thing applies, only there are 2 additional layers. Specifically to crafting the weapon, you'll not only have a passive effect to it.
People say this game looks like trash. This game looks good if you play it at ranged, and it looks bad if you play it at melee. Straight up. Like, I felt the exact same way, because I played obviously like the Fury Warrior spec, which is like the heavy striker, dual. I forgot even what it was called. But I played this, and then I was like, this is bad. I don't really like it. And so I played the ranged version, and it was just like way more fun. Twin striker. Yeah, there you go.
But also a random number of sockets up to a maximum of 4. Ooh. Outside of rare event items that allow you to add sockets to your gear, the only way to obtain a fully socketed weapon is to recraft a new one. When crafting, you'll have a chance to proc a great success, which gives 2 to 4 sockets and a higher passive effect roll. At a base, you're looking at a 25% chance for a great success, and from that great success, you're looking at another 35% chance to get a 4 socket, meaning roughly
it's like 7%. That's pretty good.
A total of about a 9% chance. Your goal is to craft a weapon that has 4 sockets and the highest passive roll.
I mean, a 7% chance, that's not really bad.
In addition to this, you'll have plugins. Plugins are essentially enchantments or gems you would add to your gear that give you additional power. These plugins go into the sockets of your gear and can randomly roll anywhere from a 1-star to 5-star. Within these grades, you also have a stat range. Ideally, you'd want to get a 5-star plugin that has the highest stat roll within that range. The gameplay loop that comes along with this is farming specific mobs and dungeons that drop the mat you're looking for. Most of your endgame farming will be for your weapon, and considering all weapons require the same mats, you can expect everyone to be farming the same 2 endgame dungeons and specific mob.
That's the shit that happened with New World, where like at the beginning everybody was only farming Genesis and Lazarus, and that was it. That sounds kind of boring.
Skills in Blue Protocol can also be upgraded at the end game. Each skill has 2 variations to them and can be upgraded by consuming an item that's obtained by completing tasks in a class-specific adventure board. When it comes to dungeons, you have 4 different types. The first are the regular dungeons. These are the ones that give you mats for your weapon crafting along with experience in Luno, the in-game currency. Rush Battle, where you clear waves of monsters primarily for Luno, and Union Paste, which is a mat related to weapon crafting. Rush Battle also has a monthly version which provides a currency that can be used to purchase special cosmetics. Tower, where you'll attempt to climb up to 30 floors for Luno, and
bro, they love their towers over there, huh? Like these Asian games, they love towers. Oh man, we got tower in every fucking game now. You got Sword Art Online, Tower of Fantasy, the fucking tower in Genshin Impact. You've got is there a tower in oh man, I'm trying to think. The Tower of God, solo leveling, the tower in Lost Ark. Oh my god, Torghast? I mean, yeah, I guess we got a tower too, yeah. Tower and Hunter x Hunter? Oh, the fucking Heaven's Arena? I guess, yeah.
Some nice first-time clear
Heaven on High,
such as Gacha Pull coupons, and Time Attack, which is a competitive timed instance where you'll attempt to solo clear a dungeon as fast as possible and compete against other players.
That's cool.
Having a chance to be ranked. Overall, these dungeons,
gotta spend more money.
To be perfectly honest, aren't anything special. I wouldn't say they suck, but the mechanics to the fights are very standard, straightforward, and relatively easy. A lot of people were wondering if the endgame dungeons would be a different experience, and well, the last 2 dungeons you'll be farming at endgame.
I feel like WoW actually has some pretty good boss mechanics, but like I feel like Final Fantasy and Lost Ark raised the bar so much for like raid fights that everything else besides that looks like a joke. Like it's just a fucking joke if you compare it to that.
Are literally a copy pasta of the first 2 dungeons in the game, only scaled higher.
Wow.
Outside of the time,
yeah, it's like this doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence, because like I remember seeing those boars at level 5. So level 52 in-game dungeon. Aha.
Attack, I wouldn't say these are dungeons you'd necessarily be excited to do on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Additionally, I feel the gameplay loop for vertical progression specifically isn't great at the end game right now.
That sucks.
Dungeons are simply not fun.
It's a good thing we got the Japanese over there beta testing this shit for us, because I'm sure that whenever this comes out, like, we talked to Amazon's gonna fix this shit right up. Okay, they're gonna fix this whole thing. It's gonna be no problem.
Enough for me to want to do over and over to upgrade my weapon. Right now, the social and life skill content isn't available yet, and because of this, the current endgame feels like it's lacking quite a bit. Outside of leveling alt classes, and
I don't mind if like a game first comes out and it's not amazing. Like, because I just assume most games that come out and they're like a big MMO like this, I just assume they're all going to be like kind of shitty, because it just takes, like, how can you compare something like, I mean, even Lost Ark, what year did Lost Ark come out in? And like, what year did Vaulton get released in? Like, they have such a massive amount of content as like a background. Like 2013, yeah, I thought it was like 2016 or 17 or something like that. But the point is, like, Final Fantasy 14, how much content, if you do everything on minimum item level, no echo. I only finished 2 expansions, and they're the easiest ones. And there's 3 whole expansions to go through. That's insane. That's literal years of content. So it's really hard for me to like really shit on Blue Protocol for this, because I know that every one of the games, whether it was Final Fantasy IV, Stormblood, Endwalker, or sorry, Stormblood, Shadowbringers, Endwalker 3, right? I mean, they haven't even a Heaven's Ward. I did that. I beat that one. What do you mean? Yeah, I beat it. It's done. I didn't do like the last 3 bosses on Alexander Savage, hard mode, no echo. I didn't do those. Everything else I did.
Upgrading my skills, I really have nothing left to do in the game other than upgrade my weapon unless I'm pushing for time attack rankings, which is pretty damn fun, by the way. You also have the 30-man raids that are also pretty cool, especially with the raid rankings at the end. But unfortunately,
and look at like it didn't look laggy at all there either. That's impressive.
Is a timed event and isn't something you can do at any time. However, it's important to know that this is a brand new game and we have nothing but content updates ahead of us.
Yeah, and that's the way I look at it, is that the Blue Protocol devs so far, every single thing that they have said, every single thing that they have done as a development team that I've seen that was a response to the player base has been an improvement to the game. And it seems like they're listening to what the players are saying, and they're making changes according to it. And again, like this goes back to what I was saying before with like Diablo, where like whenever I rank a live service game, I contextualize the trajectory of the game. Like Lost Ark, for example, I was saying Lost Ark was not good in like Vicus. Like even in Vaulton, I said like there were problems with the game. Like Argos. But like there were a lot of people playing it. A lot of people liked it then because I could see it going down. But I see this game going up, which is good.
On a monthly basis, as long as they are continuing to give us significant content updates on a monthly basis, I feel the current amount of content for a release is totally fine. Let's continue the end game talk and bring up
this is gonna be the reality check. This is gonna be the come to Jesus moment.
Talk and bring up another topic everyone wants to know about, which is monetization. Here's the full breakdown. First, you have the gacha and BPP system.
Oh my god, why the fuck they have this shit every fucking game? They got some dumb fucking animation for this bullshit. Like it's a fucking train in Honkai Star Rail. Like there's these like they're shooting out like it looks like the Avengers Endgame opening cinematic from Marvel and Tower Fantasy. Like where the fuck was that? The Genshin one is like stars going out there. A fucking rainbow. Like what the fuck is it? Like every single one of these. Oh my god. But the thing is, the gacha systems, y'all, bro, this is the average gamer right here. Okay? This is it. We're being replaced and we're watching it happen live right now.
Gacha is, well, gacha and BPP is a currency that you mainly obtain by selling unwanted select goods that you get from your gacha pulls, meaning everything in the cash shop is essentially gated by the gacha. You can get a little BPP in-game from your battle pass or things like login rewards.
What, you fucking buy a tail?
Get a little BPP in-game from your battle pass or things.
Oh my god. What kind of game is this?
Things like login rewards.
No, I don't give a fuck about this. Who cares? It's cosmetic. Like, I don't care. Like, but I'm sure it's also pay to win, right? We just haven't gotten to that part yet. But like, I don't care. Like, what the fuck? It's cosmetic.
But you won't be getting much as of now, unless you're pulling from the banners. When it comes to the gacha, the main rewards are all cosmetic based. There are other rewards such as dyes, loot rate buffs, and great success chance enhancement.
What, hold up. Loot rate buffs? Great success enhancement? Wait. I feel like we kind of like glossed over that. So you can buy Magic Find? Sounds kind of bad. That sounds kind of pay to win. The buffs are super small. I'm sure.
Tickets as well. The drop rates on the main cosmetics are pretty low with...
So he got that mount? Oh, that's good. Look at that. To get double drop rewards from dungeons, and they have Imagines and Gacha that increase your power. Currently, the best in slot emblem for tanks is in Gacha. That's convenient. We're not playing tank. Whenever this shit comes out, we're not playing tank, man. Yo, fuck that.
Zero pity. You are guaranteed a special cosmetic for pulling 10 times on a banner, but you are not guaranteed the cosmetic you want unless you purchase it in the BPP store, selling back the sellable items you get. Selling back an S tier item will net you 2,500 BPP with some of the...
It's basically like the Overwatch system, it seems like, kind of. Like how you would get, like if you got an item, you could convert it to like the points and then buy the skins you wanted. Same as ESO, yeah.
The higher level A tier items that will sell for 70 BPP. Right. It will cost you 12,000 BPP to get the S tier cosmetic that you want. When it comes to the pulls, each 10 pull is about,
that's a lot.
About $50 Japanese. And yes, Japanese people have been frowning on the prices. As far as the paid cosmetics go...
What's $50 Japanese? Like, what's that in real money? How much is that? I mean, in dollars. 50, wait. It's $50. Oh my god. Oh my. He converted it? That's a lot of money, guys.
My thoughts are that it's extremely expensive. Realistically, it will take about 100 pulls to get one on average.
That's $500. That's a lot. For a skin?
Tier cosmetic, that is, which would cost you around $500 Japanese. I'll also say that it's kind of pointless to even pull now because all the cosmetics and the banners don't even look great, to be honest. The concerning part is that the free cosmetics also look pretty bad and lack options at the moment. It will
wonder why.
Be extremely discouraging if the gacha cosmetics in the future look great while the free ones continue to lack options.
Oh man. Wouldn't that just be horrible if the game has all the store items that look cooler than the base game? Oh my god, that would, bro.
Options and look poor, assuming we get the exact same monetization model and similar pricing. The battle pass is next on the list of monetization, and this...
So we got... I don't speak Japanese, but I speak fucking 2023 gaming. So what we got right here, this is the free battle pass, and then this is the gold one. This is the paid battle pass. You guys can see, and these are the different ranks, and maybe one of these buttons might allow you to skip ranks. Yeah. Let's see if I was right.
This one is pretty standard. You have a free track and a paid track. The free track is actually very underwhelming outside of a decent... and battle imagine you get from it and the future paid track currency that would allow you to purchase a paid battle pass in the future. The paid track contains a lot more goodies such as BPP and progression buffs, but the two standouts here would be the ability to purchase the next paid battle pass.
Does this shit cost money or is it a free game? All right, if it's a free game, a battle pass that has pay to win in it, I actually don't care about because it functions as a subscription. Like, maybe that's a big take for me, but like as a WoW player who's been conditioned to just pay money for a game, like I actually don't care.
And a level 50 battle imagine. For those following the game, the biggest concern was the two paid battle imagines, which is essentially a piece of gear that has an activate skill on it. The reason this was a massive concern was because there are only 2 level 50 battle imagines in the game. One is from completing the paid battle pass, while the other is locked behind a whopping 2,500 BPP 4,000 BPP realistically, since
Well, that, I mean, if that 3,000, I mean, like, that's not even 3,500. That's only like what, $150? Yeah, I mean, because if it's 12,000 is 500. Yeah, I mean, guys, it's only $150.
you have to buy the mats for an additional 1,500 BPP, since the 2,500 BPP is only for the recipe.
Is that right?
The highest level battle imagine you can get in game right now is level 45. So let's break this down. I went ahead and got both these imagines so that I can showcase the difference. The BPP Imagine provides you a 25-second buff that gives you super armor and a slight increase in damage and movement.
Seems
It
good.
also notably gives an extra 700 HP, which is around 30% of your max HP for
Sounds really good.
a level 50 at max
That's a
item
lot.
level.
Wow.
The Battle Pass Imagine provides an activate that deals a decently sized AoE attack that hits pretty hard, along with debuffs on the target, making it take a bit more damage, lowers its ice resistance, and decreased movement speed. The animation to this is very slow, however.
Okay, so the store one's better. Do you want permanent last stand, or do you want to debuff something for lower ice resistance? I don't know. I mean, it could go either way.
Keep in mind, you can only equip 2 battle imagines. With that, I have thoroughly tested both imagines and have concluded, 1, from a DPS perspective, both paid imagines fall short of the current BIS imagine, which is farmed in-game. 2,
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
from a DPS perspective, the Battle Pass Imagine would situationally be second best. The increase in damage versus a free
No, that's true, because, like, you're not taking damage. No, that's probably true. How are you? I'm chilling.
level 45 Imagine is minimal, though. I would say it's just technically better. 3, from a DPS perspective, you can argue and prefer using 2 free level 45 Imagines over the paid Imagine due
This must be for the rice eaters.
to the speed and hitbox. 4, the damage differential from a stat perspective is non-existent. Eye level is just padded by using the
Y'all remember
level
that?
50 Imagines. 5, from a tanking perspective, specifically Blade Warden, the BPP Imagine is BIS.
So for the most important role, probably, which is tank, so you gotta drop some money for that one. That's cute. I like that. Just a minute. I gotta fucking piece of shit. I had to get this. It's $150 to be a tank in the game. Because, like, I'll tell y'all one thing, like, whenever this shit comes out, I ain't inviting anybody with that fucking, like, battle pass thing. Like, what, like, you think I'm here to lose in a dungeon? Bro, fuck that. Like, you better drop some money, you wanna fucking win. Like, drop the money, rice eater. Yeah. Clarify, because people there think you weren't racist? Oh, bro, no, I'm totally a racist, guys. That was my mask off moment. I actually, I'm a huge racist. It's not a joke from another video or anything. Nah, guys, that's me, guys, for sure. You know, Asmongold, the known racist. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it. Let's see here. I never worry about people like that. People get their dick in a knot over that shit. People cry about that shit. You never even pay mind to it. Just make fun of them. They're a joke.
What about the gear? What are these great success enhancement tickets that are purchasable? There are 2 things that can be seen as pay to progress with Blue Protocol when it comes to your gear, specifically your weapon. The first is the guaranteed 3rd socket, and the second is a ticket that increases your chance at a great success. The guaranteed 3rd socket is only usable for exactly that, the 3rd socket of your gear, so it's only applicable if you have a 2-socket weapon. There are guaranteed 2-socket and 4-socket tickets in the game, but they are given out only via in-game events and are not currently locked behind a paywall. These
Fuck. I gotta farm these out myself. Oh god, bro. Oh,
items are also very rare. The fact that you want a 4-socket item with a great success.
This NPC looks really cool. Like this, like the framing of this, like look, this looks very appealing to me. Like if I saw this, like I would be like, I want to play this game. This looks badass.
Roll on your passive effect very much devalues this guaranteed 3rd-socket item. No endgame player will really be going for this. The biggest benefit to having this item is for maybe an entry-level weapon that you'll use until you're able to craft a 4-socket. Okay. The increased great success ticket will increase your great...
Bro, did they call it gacha instead of gotcha? Like, is this really... Like,
success.
You know, like, you want to hear about some fucking shameless shit? Is apparently in Honkai Star Rail, if you get Silver Wolf, she'll send you text messages in the game to do pulls on the gacha system. I'm not even fucking kidding.
Increasing your 25% chance to a 32.5% chance for a great success when crafting your weapon. Things to consider here. 1. This is the hard cap to your weapon when it comes to sockets. 2. To craft another weapon, you'll need to finish 16 dungeons with no double loot and about an hour of farming.
How long is that?
3. You should get a 4-socket within 11 tries or so with no buffs.
So wait, you told me 16 dungeons. Each dungeon takes a half an hour. That's 9 hours total. You got 11 tries. That's 99 hours. So it's about like 100 hours to get a 4-socket guaranteed. Like, that's a lot. Dungeon takes 5 minutes? Oh, okay. But like, if that's BIS, like 100 hours for BIS is a joke.
And 4, you can obtain a few great success tickets in-game for free as well. My personal take on this is that the only thing that can be considered pay to win here is the great success tickets, since you want a great success roll on your passive effect. However, being able to realistically...
Well, I mean, I thought it's the Imagines, right? Because like if you buy something that like makes you... Okay, so like this is my definition of what pay to win is. Like there's one example. So like if you can buy something on the store that makes your character stronger, I think it's pay to win. I feel like that's... Like, I don't know, I just...
Craft a 4-socket, which is hard cap, as a free-to-play player in a relatively short period of time, makes this a non-issue for me. Shifting gears now, I want to bring up the classes in combat. The classes in Blue Protocol are very...
That's what really matters. Like, if the gameplay is good, and the end game, like, progression loop is good, people will forgive everything else. They will not give a fuck about any of this other stuff.
Very straightforward and have clear roles. However, build diversity isn't really a thing. Classes are fun due to its engaging combat, but don't expect to play a specific class vastly different.
That's disappointing to hear. I was hoping that with the different Imagines, you would have different play styles that they would create, but maybe not.
To how someone else would play it. There is a pretty high skill cap, however. Outside of recognizing attack patterns, classes actually come equipped with additional hidden attacks that most new players are not aware of.
That's cool.
For example, hitting left mouse button, then A or D plus left mouse button would have me perform a spinning attack that deals increased damage and knocks enemies back.
Oh, wow.
Left mouse button, then S plus left mouse button would have me perform a hilt attack, giving me a shield.
Is this kind of like BDO? I feel like it's a little bit like BDO.
Buff as well. Additionally, these attacks can be canceled using dodge roll or jump, which also can chain into additional combos. Blade Wardens have the ability to deal solid AoE damage that CCs targets, binding them when using an aerial combo, for example.
Okay, cool.
Learning these combinations can quickly increase your overall DPS significantly, keeping you very busy and engaged through all fights. Next, let's talk about the dev team and future updates.
I feel like the fact that Canon didn't even talk about the story at all. So basically, here's what the story is in Blue Protocol. You are isekai'd into a world with all of your memories erased. And a demon girl makes you her slave. That's it.
All dev team is extremely important to the health of the game.
Is she hot?
Blue Protocol's dev
girl,
team so far has
woman.
done a solid job. If you saw my previous
Chill
Blue
out.
Protocol honest review video I made after the beta test, 90% of what I brought up in the video was addressed. This does give me some...
By the way, it's not sexualized or anything like that. It's not weird. That's the girl right there. Like, there's nothing weird about it. It's just like, that's the story.
confidence moving forward, especially since they have been pretty vocal and transparent about their monthly roadmaps. I mean, we're already getting a brand new class within the first 2 months of release. I'm really hoping more improvements will be made to give us a more polished version of the game when we get it in the West. I want to add that my overall experience with the game so far has been really good.
Really?
I was completely addicted to the game at first, and after reaching the end game, I'm honestly finding it quite pleasant to not feel pressured into playing the game. No dailies or weeklies I'm rushing to do.
She's definitely a little shit. She is. Like, you just look at her, you know she's fucking annoying. Like, I don't have to speak Japanese to just look at the facial. Yeah, she's fucking annoying.
Chill, play at my own pace experience. However, as an MMO enthusiast, they will absolutely have to give us a bit more to keep us sticking around for the long term.
Yeah.
My honest opinion on this game is that it's really fun. There's just something about this game, even outside of the anime aesthetic, that just makes you want to play. It's just fun, and almost every other content creator I've spoken to behind the scenes feels the same way. I'm really hoping that AGS will give us a better monetization model, making the gacha cheaper and avoids locking the two imagines behind a paywall, and I'm really hoping that Bandai comes through and gives us more meaningful content to experience at the end game. If they can do this, then we've got an amazing game to look forward to.
I mean, I know everybody gonna joke about that, but Amazon did do a couple of things in Lost Ark to make it a bit better. Like, pets are RNG in Korea. They're not RNG here. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. And I look, you know, whenever this game comes out, there's gonna be a video of, is AGS killing Blue Protocol? And I will react to it. Like, you know this is going to happen. But, like, we're just not at that point in the life cycle.
In 2024. We'll just have to wait and see. If you guys want to stay up to date with this game, be sure to like and subscribe and follow me on Twitch. Like I said in the intro, I'm going to be streaming this game quite a bit. Also, let me know in the comment section below if you guys would like me to review any other MMORPGs. That is what I do. I love playing MMOs, and I do plan on continuing to review any new release that we get, and I've been even thinking about reviewing some old ones. So definitely let me know, and I'll see you in the next video.
The next old game I'm going to play is Dragon's Dogma. I'm going to play Dragon's Dogma after I do Tears of the Kingdom. That's what my plan is. I'm actually so excited for that game, man. I'm so fucking excited for it. Have you watched the New World June Q&A yet? No, I haven't. I heard about it, but I haven't watched it myself. But that's it, 1 or 2? Oh, I'm gonna play 2. Yeah, Capcom sent me the they sent me the game. It's not out yet, but they said I could play it on stream. So yeah, I just do that. What? No, bitch, shut the fuck up, I'm joking. Yeah, Canon makes really good content for this game. I remember whenever the beta came out, Canon actually hooked me up and helped me get this game so I could play it myself. So, you know, huge shout out for him. You guys account band? I got this dude. There's this other guy, it's true. And there's another guy playing on my account, and it was like this fucking like archer cat girl. And I made a video where it was like Asmongold gets banned, and I said it doesn't matter. And then like my editors took some fucking clip of like the picture of the cat girl, and they put like, you know, some fucking sad music in black and white over her. So yeah, I'm sharing this account with somebody, and the other person is a man of culture.